There has been a train accident in the world in which neither did two trains collide with each other, nor did the train derail, nor did it fall from a bridge or a height. Yet despite all this, it is considered the most horrific and deadliest train disaster in the history of rail accidents. Yes, friends, we are talking about the tragic train accident that occurred in Sri Lanka in 2004. An incident that even today very few people know about, or perhaps most of us are not truly aware of the scale of its devastation. The train was traveling on its routine journey through Sri Lanka's coastal region. It later came to be known as the Queen of the Sea. It was an ordinary day. People were heading home, some were returning from work, others were going to meet relatives, and some families were traveling for leisure. Inside the train were children, women, elderly people, and young passengers. Everyone believed they were safe because under normal circumstances, trains are considered a relatively safe mode of travel. But no one knew that nature was about to reveal a scene of destruction within moments, one rarely witnessed in history. On December 26, 2004, a powerful earthquake in the Indian Ocean triggered a massive tsunami. This tsunami had already caused devastation in several countries, but when it struck the shores of Sri Lanka, it reminded humanity how helpless it truly is in the face of nature. As the train was standing near the coast or moving slowly along the tracks, the sea suddenly showed unusual movement. Within moments, gigantic waves rose and rushed toward the railway tracks. The passengers had no time to understand what was happening. Some were looking out of the windows, some were confused, and others began screaming in fear. Suddenly, the powerful tsunami waves attacked the train. The force of the water was so intense that the tracks were ripped from the ground, and the engine and carriages were swept away like pieces of straw. Within moments, the entire train was swallowed by the merciless sea. The screams of people, the cries of children, the desperate calls of mothers, and the helplessness of the elderly turned everything into a scene of unimaginable horror. At that moment, humans were completely powerless. No help could arrive, and no escape route was visible. The passengers inside the train could not comprehend what was happening to them. Some were swept away by the water, some were trapped beneath the carriages, and some fell silent forever. More than 1,700 people lost their lives in this single accident. It was the highest number of fatalities ever recorded in a single train disaster. That is why it is still regarded as the deadliest railway accident in world history. This tragedy was not only a catastrophe for Sri Lanka, but a shock to the entire world. The most tragic part is that even after such a massive disaster, many people still do not know about it. Perhaps because it was not the result of a war, nor directly caused by human error, but rather the outcome of a natural force so powerful that all human technology and planning failed before it. This tragedy teaches us how dangerous it can be to ignore the warnings of nature. The importance of safety measures in coastal areas, early warning systems, and emergency planning is painfully highlighted by this incident. If people had been warned in time, if the train had been stopped away from the coast, hundreds of lives might have been saved. The question is not how this accident happened, because we know it was caused by a tsunami. The real question is, have we learned anything from such tragedies? Are we better prepared today for natural disasters? Do we truly value human life? This tragedy reminds us how fragile life is and how everything can change in a single moment. We must remember such painful events, learn from them, and strive to minimize such losses in the future.